So, man, we are live right now. We got Mr. State with us. No thumbnail, nothing pretty, no pretty intro or nothing today. We're just kind of just gonna jump right into it today.
Sir.
How you been, man? I see you off. You don't got the scrubs on today, so
Nope.
how the baby's doing at the hospital?
Trust me, I wouldn't care right now.
Oh man, State don't love the kids, man.
Man, I do not think about that place when I'm off.
Word up, man. Yo, I've been off for like a week and a half. We're going on 2 weeks. Matter of fact, today is 2 weeks. I've been off 2 weeks now. Man, I don't give a damn about my job, yo. Just keep paying me. You know what I'm saying? See you when I see you.
That's a fact.
Yeah, man. Speaking of that, all of that, man. Just get right into it, man. I know it took you a while to process all that stuff. I know you was pissed on day one. You was still smoldering on day two. But then you wake up from your sleep, and then you see what everybody else saw because you work nights and stuff. So you woke up a little late. So you caught the news. What did you think about it?
Yo, it now with the Kemba Walker move, now everything is in perspective, right? Like now everything looks feasible. Like the roster looks better now. So now you got a starting point guard, right? Now you got a backup point guard. So your point guard position, you good. You got two veteran point guards that you can count on. And on top of the fact that both of those guys, we know will not play 82 games. So we know we're going to see Miles McBride at some point this season. So I'm happy about that. But just overall, it just puts the free agency. And now I see why Leon Rose did what he did in free agency, right? Because you go get Evan Fournier, right? You pay the low for Evan Fournier compared to the other contracts. Lonzo got $80+ million. You see what DeMar DeRozan got. He got overpaid. Then you get Kemba Walker with Evan Fournier. And both of those contracts equals the amount of what Lonzo was getting on his contract. And then on top of the fact, you get a ex-NBA All-Star who can probably revive his career, a person who the fan base could root for, and me and you sitting here now like, no more Alfred Payton.
Yeah, those days are done, man. Thank God, bro.
So, man, I'm happy with the move, man. Kemba Walker, grew up watching him. 17 years old. I was in Millbank on 118th and 5th. He used to come through, play basketball tournaments in Millbank. He used to come through to Kenny Hutch. That's on 123rd and Park Avenue, I believe. No, 123rd and 1st Avenue near Wagner Projects. He used to come to the King Dome on 115th in Lenox and Forster Projects. So I'm happy about the Kemba Walker move, man. Best point guard we've had in so long, bro. So I'm happy, man. I'm excited, and I'm ready for war. I'm ready for war, man.
I hear that, man. You might hear a little feedback. I'm trying to get this thing loaded up here. So we live, man. So let me make sure this is right. Yeah, man. So how do you think the fit is? Yeah, Mr. State. How do you think the fit is? What would you see on the screen now?
I like it. I like it. It looks like a starting five. we could talk small steps. It looks like a feasible starting five. You got your young wing and RJ Barrett. A wing that I've always wanted. I always wanted the Knicks to draft a young wing. You got a guy, international guy in Evan Fournier. Smart guy, high IQ. He was over dribbling in Boston. I understand it. He's gonna come play. He's gonna come and compete. You know, those international dudes, you know, they tough, they hard nosed. And you got Julius Randle coming off a most improved season, put up Larry Bird stats basically. And you got Mitchell Robinson, 7'1" guy who's a shot block monster. We don't know what the hell he's gonna look like coming back next season. So I'm excited about that starting five, man. I'm really excited, man. First day free agency, I didn't know what the hell Leon Rose was doing, man. I was distraught. I was destroyed. But now I see. Evan Fournier played with Kemba, so it's not like they don't know each other. They got chemistry already. Like that's another good thing. That's another good positive about it.
Yeah, definitely. There's a video I was trying to download just now, but I guess the feedback is too much for me trying to get it on here. But it was this dude, he made a report saying that Fournier and actually Walker, they actually played really well together. They were like the second best team in the league as far as backcourt tandem. I forgot who the first one was, who the first set of players were, but in the beginning stages of them playing together, they actually had instant chemistry. Kemba Walker and Fournier, they love playing with each other. Fournier had a 0 for 10 outing his first time that he played, whatever, and Walker instantly came on TV and was fighting for him. You know what I'm saying? So that they bringing that chemistry over to the Knicks. So when you talk about gelling and getting things going from the get go, I think the combination of these two guys added to the guys that we already ran it back, I think that we're gonna be gelling from the gate. And other teams like Chicago, like you mentioned, the Chicago went and signed all these different guys. You know, they got to figure out how to play. You know, I don't really trust. You know, we say things about Tibbs, but I don't know. I don't even know who Chicago's coach is. You know what I'm saying? Do they have the capacity over there to get the guys to gel the way they need to? You know, because they got a lot of things going on. You know, Lonzo Ball was supposed to be their point guard with Levine, but then they added DeRozan, who's going to take a lot of point guard, duties away from Lonzo. So now Lonzo's back in the same spot, basically, you know, playing off the ball if you're going to have DeRozan there. You know, because DeRozan is going to be the point guard. You know, Lonzo now he got to sit back and wait for the threes again, like he was doing in with the Pelicans. So that's a lot. That's a big spoon to swallow for a team like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like we're gonna come out the gate. We're gonna win the games that we're supposed to in the beginning. We might catch a little smoke along the lines, but then once we get our stride, then I think we're gonna be good. It's gonna be almost like a repeat of last season, but I just think that we have more firepower offensively, so we don't have to work so damn hard on defense. You know, blood, sweat, and tears on defense every night.
The person who should be most happy about us getting Kemba Walker is Mitchell Robinson.
Yep.
May God bless that man, yo. We gave Mitch, Moutier, Alfred Payton. We gave him all of these horrible point guards. Frank Ntilikina, all of those guys. And for him to finally have Kemba Walker, a guy like that, it's amazing. And then just going from Kemba Walker to Derrick Rose, and now me knowing that I have Thibodeau as the coach, now I can be like, all right, I don't got to worry about Thibodeau overplaying Rose because I know Thibodeau going to trust Kemba Walker. So it was a match made in heaven for me on all fronts, bro. All fronts. And just for RJ Barrett as well.
Yeah, definitely, man. Did you see this thread today with I guess his name is Ben Ritholtz? Did you see his thread?
Yes, I did. I actually shared it.
Yeah, man, he does a really great job with this stuff, man. It's just basic videos, and he's giving a little commentary on it. But if you know basketball, you know what you're looking at. So that's the most important thing, to know what you're actually looking at. Let me just see if I can get this thread open here. Like I said, I'm like super like low budget today, trying to get this damn thing together. That's the problem with us, man. We always on CP time with this damn podcast of ours. But I want to show you just this one play where the big man was just wide open on this set. Is this it here? No, there was one. Here it goes. Here, I believe this is it. No. There's one play where I think this might be one of them. I don't know. We'll find it because he posted like three of them joints, man. Where like the big man is just wide open off of these double screens that Kemba Walker does, and I just think that Mitchell Robinson is going to be wide open already. Like you said, like you mentioned, he had all these bum point guards, playing for him, but he still managed to average 70 percent from the field, still able to do that. So now you got Rose, and now you got Kemba too. So you constantly gonna have a good ball handler, a good point guard, good passer at all times, trying to get you the ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be a good year, I think, bro. I think State popped off. Yeah, I apologize for the technical difficulties, guys, because we kind of just jumped on this really quick, whatever. But I'm literally looking through this thread here. I believe it might have been one of the first videos in this thread where just a simple pick and roll and stuff, and just to get Kemba Walker open there, to hit those little pull up jump shots. But there was a play here where like the big man, he just ran up the middle, and right there, I was looking for it was the second video there. Little simple pick and roll with double screen, little layoff a little bit, and then just dump it right inside to thing. Even Mitchell Robinson's a good defensive player, and he wasn't able to catch that because it was just so you have to play defense on Kemba because Kemba's going to score, So I believe this is the second one here where you're going to see this kid get wide open. Look, bam, that's stuff that point guards do, man. They find the big man open. So I mean, this only works if you have good offensive players around. So Fournier is here in the corner. You got a couple guys that can shoot it in the corner. So you got to stay down with your shooters. So that means that Mitchell Robinson is gonna be open all day, man. State is back. Let me get him back in here. There you go, State. You're back in.
Yeah, I agree with everything you just said, bro. That's the main reason why I'm so high on the Kemba Walker pickup, bro. Guys like Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle don't have to take difficult shots no more, the same shots he was taking last season. RJ Barrett, he's just going to look way better next to a point guard who could finally just pass him the ball. Because Alfred, it just seemed like Alfred was just trying too hard at a certain point in the season. Evan Fournier, he could play make too. We got a lot of playmaker options now as well. So that's nice. It's going to be nice to watch the Knicks next season. The gripe I have, though, it all comes back to Thibodeau, bro. Tom Thibodeau and his stupid offense that was first in the NBA in isolation possessions. Will he change Diehard for next season? Because I can't do it another season, bro. I can't do the Julius Randle thing. Him getting the ball, he wants to get it in the pinch post, and he want to have the ball up. He want to look around. I can't do it, OG. No more.
Well, you got to look at it like this though. Who was our starting lineup when we was playing? We had Elfrid Payton and Reggie Bullock. Those guys have no offensive skill. Nope. Elfrid Payton can't see. Like we always joking around with him, with all this, that he's like legally blind. I'm always putting this up on the screen, this picture. It's like the truth. The dude can only see one side. He can't see the whole floor. You know what I'm saying? So you're wasting time in the 24-second clock. Because by the time you get the ball across the timeline, you already wasted like 5 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So now you're talking about 19, 18 seconds, to get the offense going. And by the time they get into a play or whatever, now you're stuck because guys can't play. Now Julius Randle got to dribble the ball through the floor. You know what I'm saying? Or RJ got to force a shot or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, now it's a little bit different because even if Julius Randle starts to break, you got Kemba and Fournier running these corners now, man. So once they get the ball, they're gonna be able to get it and take off and do what they got to do on different fronts of this game. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely gonna be a dynamic. So I feel like we're gonna run the same offense. I kind of I was on MBK this morning. I don't know if you peeked that. I got a little bit upset because I feel like the guys on there, they were just more talking about Kemba's injuries and stuff like that. But like we didn't even get a chance to talk about the game itself because guys are too busy already shooting guys in the foot already. Like you already killed Kemba. We just got him. You already killed him already. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of was pissing me off a little bit. So and then it was talking about him being hurt, and we got the City MD report from Guillermo and stuff like that. I mean, it was kind of like dragging me a little bit, because I mean, like everybody's excited to get Kemba Walker. Let's enjoy the fact that we got him, and then let's talk about how is he gonna improve the roster. And then injuries. Of course, we got injuries, but we got Derrick Rose behind us. Derrick Rose, if he gets injured, we got Emmanuel quickly, and we got Burks. And if those guys get hurt, if you want to kill the whole roster, we still got McBrides, and we still got Grimes too. What the hell do you want? You get what I'm saying? So just to kill your whole roster before you can even talk about how he can really improve the thing, that really pisses me off with this whole conversation. But I mean, like I said, like me and you both said, the first thing that you said is like, we finally got a good point guard that could do something for us, and that's what our focus should be, right? Rather than instantly just sprinkling negativity all over everything, because if you put negativity out, that's what you're gonna get. So that's what you're going to get. So if you killed him the second we got him and you killed him, and then the season start and he's out for 3 months, that's on you. To me, you know what I'm saying? To me, that is on you. You the one that killed him. You killed him as soon as we got him. You know what I'm saying? So you already put that on him. So anyway, sorry for the tangent, my brother, but
Now, I'm glad you said all of that, because I ran into people like that today on Twitter and other websites, and it's stupid to me. Like, bro, I just sat here and watched Moutier, then Alfred Payton 3 straight years. I didn't have peace for 3 straight years. Then before that, the Alexis Sheaves of the world, stop being a negative Nancy, man. Like, I don't. Honestly, with me and you, dog, like I don't care about his injuries, yo. I don't. That's why I didn't bring it up to you. Honestly, like I don't care about none of that crap he had in the past. Because if I did, then I sit here and be like, well, Evan Fournier sucks because his playoff series he was horrific in the playoffs. I can sit here and say that to you right now, but I'm not. It's stupid. So at some point in time, like, you got to understand the Knicks is doing what they're doing right now is the right thing to do. Like, you got Rose, you got Kemba. You just said it yourself. Like, if they get hurt, okay, so what? We got Quickly. We got Burks. It's not like Thibodeau didn't start Burks at point guard at one point in the season. Last season, he started Burks and Quickly at different points at times in the season while we was dealing with injuries. So, listen, dog, like I don't care about none of that past injury stuff with Kemba Walker. I just want him to succeed here. That's where I'm at with it. I'm trying to win some games. If I don't see Grimes and McBride play next regular season, it's understandable. I can understand it, because how the hell are they gonna play? So I'm not even gonna start that narrative up either. I don't know, man. So I felt you on that ring, brother.
Yeah, it's a long season, 82 games. The NBA plays too many games, really. And then we got, nobody said not one word about COVID protocols. All of a sudden now we got two variants coming, and now they're talking about shutting down the city again. So they're going to be taking tests still, even though everybody's vaccinated. They're going to be taking tests every week, and then, guess what? Somebody's going to be out for 2 weeks because of COVID protocols and stuff. So I mean, that's going to happen. So if let's say if Kemba Walker gets out, not even for his knee injury, for COVID protocols, then we got to have guys. Guys are going to get their chance to play. I didn't even mention Luka Vildoza. Luka Vildoza might get a shot at some point, but that's a lot of guards. You can't expect like Kemba just to play the fourth quarter. Just to start 5 minutes and end the game 5 minutes, only play 10 minutes a game. It's not gonna happen. Kemba, in order for him to be effective, he got to play 30 minutes. 28 to 30 minutes he got to play. Rose has got to get in there too, because he's nice. He got to get in there with the second unit and set the table for the fourth quarter. We need Burke, even though Burks is not the greatest player, but he's really good off the bench, especially when you got Fournier and not Bullock out there. You got Fournier out there. Fournier is going to give you the offense and stuff. But when it's time, Burke will have his time to shine from here and there too, man. So it's interesting. I am so damn excited, bro. You get what I'm saying? I am so damn excited. Yo, we got NBA level basketball players now. You know, like I did a few podcasts during this week. I actually reposted the little exchange we had with Alfred Payton. You know, it was funny. It was a nice little send off. You know, but thank God that man is not on our team anymore, man.
Yeah.
You know, just for him not being here, and we added Kemba, and then you know we brought everybody back. Plus the rookies that come in McBride. Yo, Tom Thibodeau was on the phone with McBride before they announced the pick. You know what I'm saying? So Tom Thibodeau, that is his man. That's his dude.
Yeah, that's his guy.
You know what I'm saying? He specifically wanted McBride's, and they got him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, don't think that McBride is not going to get a shot, or like Tom Thibodeau's not going to hesitate to call his name when the time comes. You know, the time will come. Shout out to Frank Ntilikina. Thank God we don't got to talk about that kid anymore. You know, God bless him that he has a great career. I don't want to talk bad about anybody, you know, but thank God that we don't have to talk about that no more, man.
Yeah, that's a fact. Bro, it was to the point like I got tired of him. Honestly, like listen, man, I'm about the front of the jersey and not the back. I have my biases for RJ Barrett, but that's only because he's the third pick and he's the highest pick of my lifetime being a Knicks fan. So I hold RJ near and dear to my heart. Like that's something totally different. But RJ produces, right, on both sides of the ball. He actually shows up. Even when he goes 1 for 9, he still got the poker game face. That's one of the main traits that I love about RJ Barrett. But as far as like Frank and those guys is concerned, like I've moved on. A lot of people need to as well, man. It should be no reason why we talking about that man no more, brother. Honestly.
Yo, you know, me and you both on Twitter scrolling through. Every once in a while, you see somebody. Oh man, I wish we would have kept Frank Ntilikina. Like, Lord have mercy. You know, just look at the roster. Look at the talent level that we have here, man. Like, and you're still talking about Frank Ntilikina. You know, the argument with Frank too. They always talk about, oh, he's a glue guy on a good team or whatever. Okay, who's the glue guy on the Knicks now that you think?
For me, looking at the
this year,
roster, thinking about the rotation. This goes against my goddamn principles, what I'm about to say, y'all. But I gotta be honest. So, first thought to my mind when you said glue guy. So
yeah, like a glue guy.
The guy who does a little bit of everything.
Well, just the guy that keeps everybody together. That you know, whatever you think a glue guy is.
So under my definition of glue guy, for me, it might be Alec Burks. And from my definition of what a glue guy is, it might be Alec Burks for me. It's just the only thing about Burks. All right, you got your contract, brother. You don't need the overdribble. You don't need the James Harden. You don't need to do any of that no more. You can finally pass the OB now. Oh, you got your contract. So what I'm looking from him is playmaking. Is he gonna move the ball more? I watched the playoffs. We've seen a lot of hockey assists, right? And it's the playmaking and his defense. Everything else is sensational with Alec Burks. I know he's going to get his own shot. I know he's not scared of the moment. I know in the fourth quarter he's going to give me some clutch buckets. It's just the defense and his playmaking. If he can get those two together, he'll be the glue guy for us. My definition of a glue guy, for example, is Sean Livingston, Andre Iguodala. Those type of guys. That's my definition of a glue guy. Last year for the Bucks, their glue guy was PJ Tucker. So.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. You know, see, that's the thing. I love to hear when basketball guys talk their shit, man. You know, so when you saying so, I ain't got nothing to say. You know, I'm listening to the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I get what you're saying with the Burks and stuff. But you hit the nail on the head when you said Livingston, and you said Iguodala, that type of thing. Our Iguodala this year is going to be RJ Barrett. What do you think about that? Because look at this. This is my thought process. Julius Randle is going to be Julius Randle. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be doing everything that Julius Randle does. You know, Kemba Walker is going to be doing Kemba Walker. Fournier is going to be doing his Fournier stuff. Mitchell Robinson is going to be doing Mitchell Robinson things. You know, waiting for the ball to come to him and playing defense and that type of thing. But when it comes to day in day out, heart and soul of the team of what we're trying to do. You know, the essence of the kid. The kid is always locked in, never freaking faltered, always eyes always the same, never shaken. No matter if he's not getting the ball or if he's not putting shots up, the dude is locked in on at all times in the basketball game. So I'm thinking, RJ, is going to set the table for everything to me, man. I don't think he's not going to be injury prone. He's probably going to play every game. He's going to be the guy every night. The energy from this kid is just going to be straight, like icy. And I think that's going to be, one of the guys. Some guys mentioned D Rose and stuff like that. 100% glue guy. D Rose absolutely is going to be the leader coming off the bench, along with Burke. You mentioned Burke. Quickly, all these different guys. When they get together in the huddle, D Rose is going to be that guy. Or whatever, but I mean, for like the energy or like the mascot for the team, RJ Barrett's gonna be that kid for us, man. That's what I think.
Oh man, I love RJ. I love RJ because he does everything. He's gonna be a guy who does everything well. He's not gonna really have a weakness in his game. Probably the one weakness I say is probably ball handling, right? So, as far as ball handling is concerned, dribbling skills, I don't remember Paul George doing a double cross hezzy step back three in year 2 in the NBA. Y'all go back and watch some Paul George sophomore year highlights. He wasn't doing that. The stuff he was doing. I do not remember Kawhi Leonard being this advanced offensively in 2015. And I watched Kawhi grow up like a baby from afar. So it's going to take time on RJ, but I like the comparison of RJ to Iguodala. It's a great comparison. RJ is probably Iguodala. I like the comparison. He could be that for our team, but we're going to need 2 or 3 of those. So somebody else that we don't know, who's not known as a defender, is going to have to really step it up on defense. Because, Reggie Bullock, even though I hated the guy, and he put up triple singles for a month, still got to give him his respects for his one-on-one defense. Still got to give him his respects. He always took on the toughest assignment last season. Now that's RJ's turn. So RJ, it's time to grow up, brother.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yo, that's what I'm trying to say that this kid, he's only in his 3rd year. This the poise. He was leading he led the Canadian squad. We talking about Wiggins and stuff like that. Wiggins, it was the elder statesman. He's the one that everyone looked up to. But when it came down to like if you needed a bucket or if you needed to settle down or just like let me show you the energy we need to have, it was RJ Barrett. So I think that's definitely gonna be so key all year, man. Man. I think I'm gonna have to stay home. Just for the simple fact that I need to be butt naked, man. When I see Kemba walking down the court, dribbling that ball down the court, man, that's gonna be so crazy, man. Like you mentioned the whole Harlem stuff. You guys are about the same age too, which is dope. So you got the whole perspective. You seen him with your own eyes playing in certain places, man. So it's like so surreal. It reminds me of this is the thing. People so busy talking about his damn knees. We can't even get deep into the conversation. This reminds me of Stephon Marbury a little bit. Not the same thing, but Stephon Marbury was batshit crazy at the time, and Isaiah Thomas was buck wild. It was crazy. It was crazy at the time. But just hear me out for the simple fact that what's her name? Marbury. Me and Marbury are about the same age. Marbury is, I think, maybe like 3 years older than me, but that's high school. So I remember being in high school age, going down to Brooklyn and Lincoln and watching him standing next to him, watching all the chicks drool over him, watching all the reporters with the recorders in his face and all that. I remember looking at him, I remember looking at him and seeing him and touching him. And then when he finally got on the court, it's like, yo, that's that dude that I was walking the same streets with this guy where I could pull up to him where he lives and like that type of thing. Same thing like you said, So I mean, it's just so surreal, man. Just I can't even imagine like that being me. Like this a dude from the street, whatever. Of course you're gonna be a Knicks fan. Yo, Marbury to this day can't stop talking about the Knicks. He loves the Knicks, and he was part of one of the worst time periods of Knicks history too, man, with the Anuka Brown situation, remember? But to this day, that dude is a hardcore Knicks fan. So could you imagine? I'm quite sure Kemba's the same way, man. So just the amazing energy from that, it's just a good feeling, man. Great to see, great to see, man.
So a couple of things can happen next season. Now I could be a really good fan right now, a really good Knicks fan, and I could sit here and say to you that Derrick Rose is going to be a finalist for the Sixth Man of the Year award, and he's going to win that award. I could also say to you that the Knicks will be sporting 3 All-Stars. I can also say to you that the Knicks will sport 2 All-Defensive members next season. So I could say a lot right now, but just on paper, I think the Knicks we're guaranteed a top 5 seed in the East. It just all depends on the health of Mitchell Robinson. These 3 guys right here is going to be the key this season. Mitch, Kemba, Julius Randle. If those 3 guys could just stay healthy, no crazy knickknacks. Kemba, okay, cool. If he out for a week, all right. But I need him back before 2 weeks. But if those 3 guys could just stay healthy, knock on wood, I think we could guarantee a top 5 seed. But those 3 gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you, man. I'm with you with the whole thing. You said a lot of positive stuff. It is true. You gotta be objective. It's possible that everything that people were saying today could possibly happen. You cannot live your life that way to me. Because I mean, I can get COVID and die and be dead by next week. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna think about, yo, man, but they got that COVID shit, man. I can't go to the store, because I'm gonna get that COVID and I'm gonna die. You know what I'm saying? That what kind of way of that is that to live? You know what I'm saying? So I mean, like things can really implode basketball wise. Forget about all that mumble jumble stuff. Just basketball wise, Kemba and Fournier could come in here playing one way, and it could disrupt what Julius Randle wants to do. These guys might not gel because of the 2 different sides, 2 styles of play. That stuff might not coincide with each other. So it's very possible that we could shoot ourselves in the foot a little bit with this stuff a little bit. But so you just have to prepare for it. Mitchell Robinson, we might trade Mitchell Robinson, man. What do you think about that? About the whole that dynamic with Mitchell Robinson?
If you want me to be very honest with you, ever since we re-signed Noel, I've been on some, all right, cool. But then when you dig deeper into the situation, you gotta ask yourself, are you willing to invest damn near $40+ million in the Nerlens, Randall, and Mitch? And if you ask me, dog, right now, I'm telling you hell no. So since I'm telling you hell no right now, it's questionable to me, because you want to trade for Miles Turner, right? I sat on that. I sat on that narrative. I thought about that too for the past 2 days. Miles makes $20 million. I can't have him, Nerlens, and then people try to talk to me about a Julius Randle extension. I'm sorry, dog. I'm sorry because to win in today's NBA, you need wings. You need wings. We're going nowhere without no wings. So I'm not investing that much money in my front court. This is why this Julius Randle contract talks. We gonna talk soon. Not yet though. It's not the time yet. But we gonna talk probably. I give it to about January. I give it to about January, and then we gonna start having those conversations.
Yeah, definitely. Just like you're talking about money, basically. Like where the money coming from? He makes $20 million a year, right? So we have
Yep.
to trade $20 million. Where the money coming from? I get, Mitchell. If there's no salary cap, Mitchell Robinson for Miles Turner, maybe throw a little second round pick and all that. That sounds
Yep.
great. But right now, the Knicks already signed the guys they want to be on the roster. We already at the salary cap wall already. So where the money coming from? You know, that's the thing I'm talking about. Anything is possible because you can see what LA is doing. I don't know how LA is getting money and stuff. Speaking of getting money, let me do this. Kareem Grant, I think this might be like the second time you did that. This is super chat. Holy moly, bro! So he dropped $5 in the basket. I appreciate you, Kareem Grant. He's talking. He says we got backup. We got backup if Kemba goes down. We still got backup if Rose goes down. We good. Yeah, that's exactly what I said in the beginning of the show. We can lose 4 guys and still have enough people to get this thing rolling with the Knicks here, man. So it's great stuff. Also too, man. We need wings. There's a wing stop on 125th Street, right between I forgot the cross streets. But there's wing stops popping all over the place, man. So New York City gonna get their wings, man. So I think we're gonna do good.
Yeah, man. I'm excited. Another reason why I haven't mentioned yet the young guys' minutes is because you have the young core. We finally got. So when I say young core, right? I'm looking at. I looked at the Phoenix roster really well. That's another thing I've been doing. I've been looking at a lot of other teams' rosters. So usually 4 to 5 guys that you drafted is in your rotation. Usually 4 to 5 guys. So out of 4 or 5 guys, one of those guys is an all-star. One or two of those guys is an all-star. The other 3 guys is great foundational pieces. So you usually have 4 to 5 of those guys. Then you got about 3 to 4. Then you got about 3 to 4 free agents, right? Guys that you bring in who you want to set the culture in and stuff like that. Phoenix Suns, they brought in Chris Paul, they brought in Channing Crowder, they brought in guys like that. And then you get trades, right? I believe that the trade that we done already was the Derrick Rose trade. I don't believe we did any crazy trades this offseason. I don't believe no crazy trade will happen. And just like you said, Miles Turner was cool a couple days ago, but once we signed Kemba Walker, it's like you kind of need Mitch now. you kind of need Mitch. I don't think Mitch is going anywhere with this Kemba Walker pickup. Sorry.
Yeah, I got you, man. Yeah, the audio got a little bit choppy for a second, but I can hear you good, so I'm quite sure everybody can hear you. But this is the thing too. We have a lot of movable contracts. That's a very important part of the conversation too. So we talk about movable contracts. Maybe Miles Turner is not the guy that we're going to get at this present time. Maybe as the trade deadline comes, like you mentioned, you said in January. Let's talk about that in January, because in January, we'll have all these movable guys. Around that time is when we'll probably be able to start trading players. So then we can get into that, because then you'll have Miles Bridges and all these and Grimes in the fold. You know what they can do. So you can say, you know what, maybe we could sacrifice a Burks, or maybe we could sacrifice another player, just to see if we can get a Miles Turner, or maybe somebody else. It could even be a Dame. We could still be in that conversation if people want to get superstars that bad. It's possible that we can put guys together to do that. So it's about being flexible with the way that we do things. And I think, like I said, I think we're gonna be all right, man. I think we're definitely gonna be all right. How's the audio and stuff going on now?
It's cool.
Yeah, he was a little choppy for a second. It might be where you was at the moment. But you want to get into the matchups, man, just like other teams, what other teams did, and how we stack up against them.
Yep. Let's do it.
How you want to do it? Do you want to just put up the actual trades, or do you just want to look at the standings and just do it off the head?
Let's look at the standings.
Okay, we'll do the standings. See, that's the beautiful thing about talking with a Knicks fan, man. Like I don't have to educate nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like let's just talk. If you're gonna talk, let's talk. I don't want to spend half the time educating you. Like, really? That's what happened? He's on that team? You know what I'm saying? How much money he make? Like, I just don't want to hear it, man. That's why we do these things here, man. So this is the Eastern Conference. This is like the most important thing because the Knicks are in the Eastern Conference. So, what do you think about what the 76ers did?
Average. I gotta see if they trade Ben Simmons. I think they're still better than us because they have the better player. And usually in basketball is not like football, right? Because football, you can have the best player on the field, but you probably won't win that game. Basketball, if you have the best player on the court, you most likely might win that game. So they still got a Joel Embiid. I still think they're gonna be a top 3 seed. I don't think we're gonna get past them. Maybe if Embiid get hurt, you never know. You never want to wish injury on anybody. So knock on wood on that. But they didn't really make no crazy moves that made me say, "Oh, well, they're way better than us."
Well, they went and got their biggest signing they did was like the minimum deal from Andre Drummond. He's an idiot, man. Why would he sign there with all that drama that he had with Embiid? Embiid got real estate in his mind, and isn't that what he said? Isn't that what he said when they were arguing with each other, him and Drummond?
Yep. I guess. I don't know, bro. Today's NBA players, they don't hate each other. It's not like the 80s, man. The 80s, them dudes still hate each other till this day.
To this day. Isaiah Thomas, they still hate Isaiah Thomas for the bad boy era, man. That shit. Yeah, I was like 10 years old, 8 years old when that stuff was happening, man. And they still mad. That was like 30 years ago. God damn.
Oh man, yo.
They still on some shit like if I see you in the streets, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But back to the 76ers. All he did was resign Korsma. They re-signed him. And they signed Georges Nang for a 2-year deal. That's the only thing they really did. And then they basically traded Andre Drummond for Dwight Howard because Dwight Howard ended up being with the Lakers. So if you want to do an imaginary trade, it's like they traded for each other. So they didn't.
I guess, man. If that's what Philly want to do, that's what they want to do, man. If I was Philly, I'll trade both Simmons and Embiid this summer, but they ain't me, so.
That's not a bad idea because I mean they kind of need to get more talent. Really, I don't their roster, like I'm saying, like you got beat by who do you got beat by? The Bucks, right?
Nah, they got beat by the Hawks.
Look, there you go. They got beat by the Hawks. So they got beat by the Hawks. You know what I'm saying? So they have a lot. They have a lot to think about. They can't run it back. Because the team that they put out on the floor was the team they thought was the best that they could do. So they're gonna have to make a change some kind of way. So I mean, it sounds crazy, but like you threw it out there. Trade Ben Simmons and trade Embiid. You're gonna get super package for that, and pause, and you still might get enough talent to still be able to put a team together to make the playoffs. So I mean, that's the major problem I have with getting all these superstars, man. Because if you get them and it don't work out, now you're just stuck with them. Yeah, and then how long do you stay with them? Like Patrick Ewing, we stayed with Patrick Ewing until he was like damn near 36 years old, and then we try to trade him. We trade him for alcoholics, and we trade him for this, that, and the other, and now we all messed up. We don't know what to do. So we still trying to make up for that Patrick Ewing trade. So I mean, when is the right time to trade some of these superstars to try to get like assets and make a nice hard reset? When is the time to do that? You know?
Yeah, I agree. Well, we got the 76ers. So I think we could compete with them. Now we got the Nets. Uh, Listen, it's on you, man. I don't think we can beat the Nets right now, but you never know. I think we still have the top 5 defense, so I'm not really scared about it. I'm not really scared of the Nets, honestly.
Well, I mean, the Nets. If the Nets are healthy, we just can't compete with their scoring. If they're healthy, they got three. They got three of the best scorers of this generation on the same roster. It's crazy, man. And then they got Patty Mills, which is like the greatest Australian basketball player. He's gonna bring it. That dude always plays hard. And then if he's gonna be on that team, he's gonna be like Sam Cassell. He's gonna be that dude that's gonna be a thorn in our side because we're doing our best is to guard these guys, and then we get hit goes damn Patty Mills. So and then they re-signed Bruce Brown. James Johnson they brought back, and also Blake Griffin is back for another year. So I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna still be the Nets. That's all it is. We're just gonna have to hope that the same thing happens. That Kyrie Irving gets in his feelings and he's like, oh, you know what, I have a long life to live, so I'm not gonna push myself, like that. And Harden, he's gonna break a nail and he ain't gonna play well. Then they're gonna put everything on Durant's back again. So we just gotta hope that happens. And that's the only way we're going to beat them because their firepower is just too much. But, not for nothing, I think with our roster, I think that we can bang with them a little bit. What do you think? Especially with our defense. There go State. State had to pop out again. So I was just talking about the Nets and how like I think that even though they have that offense over there, that I think like the Knicks with the roster that we have, we can at least bang with them. And then hopefully that our defense kind of makes up for it. What do you think about that?
Agreed. We just gotta hold. The theme with the Nets is hold them under 100. If we could hold them under 100, we could probably win that game.
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough though. It's gonna be tough to hold them to 100. But we got Kemba. Kemba. They call him Cardiac Kemba for a reason, right? He got the clutch gene. Don't he got the clutch gene?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Julius Randle don't gotta shoot the final shot no more. Oh my God.
Yes. That's a big factor there. And then you got to guard 4 guys. Mitchell Robinson is the center, and you got to guard him too because why you trying to play defense on those guys? Mitchell Robinson gonna be like, hey, he's just gonna have his hands up, ready for that alley-oop. Yep. And then once we take those guys out, now we got the 5 guys. We didn't say Obi Toppin's name yet. You know what I'm saying? But we got Obi Toppin, Burks, Rose, Emmanuel Quickly, and Noel. Now we got those guys to take off and just be disruptive in that second unit. So as a team, we could really paint a picture in a game and give the Nets a series now because now we have the talent. If we can stay healthy, same thing with the Nets. The Nets got to stay healthy too. Doom and gloom for them too. They got to stay healthy if they want to beat us. Because if we're healthy and they're not healthy, we're gonna beat them. I think.
Yeah, agreed. I'm not worried about them if they're not fully healthy. It's gonna be a good matchup though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you can't give or take away from any team, man. You got to respect everybody that's in front of you. Excitement is one thing where you say like, oh man, we're gonna sweep that team. That's what we did to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And look what happened. You got to respect everybody in front of you, man. So, I think all due respect to all these teams that we're gonna talk about here, man.
Yeah, man. The way the guy Nasty Nate did my boy Tibbs, man, the playoffs. I ain't talking junk about nobody else.
Yeah, he had an interim tag, man. Right? Yeah, the interim coach beat you in the playoffs.
Yo,
man.
He coached circles around Thibodeau. It was so bad. Like it was really bad. And I felt bad after a while because I was destroying Julius Randle because of that. But it's on the coach. And Tibbs will get it together. I ain't worried. Well, I'm a little worried, honestly, but he'll get it together.
Yeah, a little bit of offensive power, helps out too, man. Like Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers sitting on the sideline like he's the greatest coach. He's just waiting for one of his big scorers to score. You know, when he was with the Clippers, he's just waiting for Kawhi and Paul George to score. Guys, come on, guys, we gotta get them the ball so they can score. What are you doing? You know, come on, Kawhi, gotta score the basketball. You know, that's the type of coach these guys are, man. So, you know, I'm not really worried about those type of guys. What do you think about the Bucks? They're the world champions.
I don't even want to talk about the Bucks, bro. We're not beating the Bucks, man. Next. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's what me and you differ, man. They picked up George Hill. They brought back Bobby Portis. They signed Semi Ojale, whatever. They signed him.
Uh-huh.
So you know they actually lost a couple guys too. They lost the dude that they got from the Spurs. I forgot what team he went to.
Byron Forbes.
Yeah, he got signed to another team.
He went to the Spurs.
Yeah, they got a couple guys. They got that white kid. I can't get his name right. But they got him that he's going to be coming back from injury, so they're going to have a couple guys to come back. You know, the only thing they got Giannis. You know, so you know my thing is we've beaten Giannis before, and if they want to play defense and stuff like that, then I feel like we got a shot against them. I'm not really afraid of them.
I mean,
you know,
I respect that. Honorable Knick fan, honorable good fan. I respect everything you just said. And at the end of the day, our best player plays their best players, plays the position that their best player plays. And their best player is a 2-time MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, NBA champion. I don't see it, but I think we can give them some issues in the regular season. Now, as far as the playoffs is concerned, that's a different animal. That's a different beast. I just don't see us beating them yet. And the only reason why I just don't see us beating them yet is because RJ's not ready yet. He's not going to be ready for that smoke with Chris Middleton. Not for another, 2 years. He ain't going to be ready for that type of smoke. But it's going to be interesting to watch, though. I always enjoy when Giannis go up against Randall, because I know Giannis going to try to give Randall his best, and I know Randall going to try as well. So that's going to be a nice matchup to see. But I think we're just 2 years away from being 2 years away from me to just realistically say, yeah, yo, you know, we could beat the Bucks. Nah, man.
Okay, the Julius Randle and Giannis matchup, right? Okay, that's one. RJ and Middleton, I think that's a wash right there. It's like, you know, you can't tell me that Middleton is that much better than RJ. I think RJ can guard him. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good matchup. I'm not saying one is better than the other. That's a good matchup, I think. You know what I'm saying? But you know, at the centers, we got our center the defense. You know, the Knicks playing defense like this. I think we'll be able to stop Giannis from making that step inside. You know, it's one thing if Giannis get a jump shot, then that's a little different. But then, like we didn't have Kemba Walker and we didn't have Fournier. You know, so that adds two different offensive players to the mix here. You know, you got to guard both those guys. You know, and then you know if you want to talk about Drew Holiday, when I was joking around with you, but it was facts. You know, Elfrid Payton put 27. You know, 27 and whatever 5 or whatever I said on Drew Holiday. You know, during the regular season, man. So if he can't guard Elfrid Payton, then Kemba Walker's going to give him a problem. And then now we got Rose and stuff. So a team collectively as a team, I think we can give them a run for their money because you know, if it's Kevin Durant then if they counted that as a 3, then we'll be talking about probably the Brooklyn or Atlanta in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So they won the championship through a lot of luck. Things got to go their way too. Same thing like they say, like the Knicks season was luck. You know, you got to have luck in order to continue to progress. In the playoffs, we had all the bad luck you could possibly imagine. The Bucks, they were lucky that Durant didn't hit that 3. If Durant's foot was back like a few inches, then you know, like I said, Atlanta and Brooklyn is in the finals, and then you could argue that Atlanta probably would have beat Brooklyn because they weren't healthy. So now you're talking about Atlanta being in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So there's like maybe like 3 inches away from everything being different, from the Bucks you know, trading everybody. You know, if Durant hits that 3-pointer, the Bucks are breaking up. You get what I'm saying? So it's like that. And then Trey Young and did his thing. There's a lot of things that goes on to this stuff, man. So like I said, I'm not as afraid of the Bucks of the Bucks though. Atlanta's next though.
I respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it. We got the Hawks. The Hawks made a couple moves. They re-signed John Collins. They re-signed Trey Young. I want to see them first round next season, man. Tibbs got to redeem himself, man. he got to redeem himself, man. So, I can't wait to see the Hawks with Kemba Walker now instead of Alfred Payton, and a guy who can actually go at Trey Young. It's going to be nice to see. They got Georgie Dang, so I kind of like that pickup. They bring back Solomon Hill, a guy who he's just a pest. You put him in the game for like 10 minutes, play some defense, annoy the person's best offensive player. It's going to be cool. We're going to have a lot of cool matchups with the Hawks for now and in the future, man. Especially in the playoffs. I can't wait to play them again, man. I really can't. But I like their roster though. I like what they're doing. They just got to stay on the course of what they're doing, and I think that roster that they have, they can trade for a superstar so easily. So I just want to wait and see what they do over there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's rivalries too, man. I can't I know they're who they are. They got their team and stuff, but as a competitor, the Knicks got better. Oh man, it's just the rivalries. Even if we get beat, I just want to show up and just like being at West Fourth. You mentioned Dominican Power, just being in street ball, Dykeman and King Dome, and all these different things. West Fourth being the main one. West Fourth, you sit there with your fingers in the gate and you just watching the guys play ball, and you're you can see the players, who's good. Even in Gershwin, shout out to Gershwin. Gershwin has a really good tournament too. So I didn't get a chance to get out there yet, man. I got to do that since I'm on vacation. Get back out to the East New York and watch some out in Gershwin. But I mean, you get to know the players and stuff. So you get out there, you're so invested in the game. I miss that, man. Being so invested in your team, you got your guys and they got theirs. They good and they know you good. And you respect each other and you just bang bang. Let me find an Atlanta Hawks fan somewhere so we can shoot the shit with each other. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
So, shout out to the Hawks, man. I can't wait to play those guys again. We can definitely compete with them, though. I ain't scared of no damn Atlanta Hawks, especially now that we got Kemba Walker and we got Derrick Rose. So, I think we could definitely compete with those guys.
Look at this shit, man. Miami Heat. Now, let me start this off, man. Just take a quick glance at what they added to this roster. They want some smoke. They see what PJ Tucker. They see what PJ Tucker was doing for the Bucks, and they went and got PJ Tucker. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at Marquise Morris is there. Take a look at Dwayne. Yeah, they got Markeith, man. So listen, PJ Tucker, Markeith, they got there. They got Dwayne Dedman is there. Yeah, shout out to Victor Oladipo. Got something to prove there. Maybe he still might be hurt, but he got something to prove, and he got a little nasty attitude too. Kyle Lowry is a defensive minded player, can shoot the three. So they said that we're gonna bring the 90s back. That's what they said. So this is the team that I'm looking at, that we're gonna have to fight tooth and nail with this team, man. We gotta have to sleep and take our, drink our protein shakes or whatever we need to take, to get ready for this team, because they're gonna be ready to put hands and feet on NBA teams this year, I think.
Yo, that they got a bunch of goons over there in Miami. I like it though. I like it though.
Yeah, I'm not mad. Yeah, Jimmy Butler is a maniac. He's going to be tough. Bam Adebayo is a tough mother effer too. You know what I'm saying? Duncan Robinson is ice cold, like you wanna know. Of course, the other kid too that they said was better than RJ and all that. But they got a good team, man. But what sticks out is that they double down on their defense. So that's gonna be very, very interesting, man. I'm looking at them like I want to see what that's about. I miss how ill it was. When we played the Miami Heat, because we used to beat them. We used to beat their ass. The only way they could beat us is when the Charlie Ward, PJ Brown fight. That's the only way they could beat us. With half our roster suspended. Even then we still almost beat them. You know what I'm saying? But I miss that. If they come out there with this roster, we're gonna have to match that. That's where RJ is gonna be so important. Like I said, with the glue guy stuff, and they're gonna test Julius Randle's testicular fortitude. Mitchell Robinson, be definitely gonna need him. All the different guys that you say, oh man.
Honestly, bro, all that. I gotta curse when I say all that shit I be talking about with RJ Barrett. When I be saying I wouldn't trade him for God and this, that, and the third, Diehard, this gonna be the season where he gonna have to make me look good, man. he gonna have to show up, yo. Just you off of these rosters that we just named alone, bro. He's gonna have to show up. Minimum, I need 20 points per game. Minimum. I don't even care about what Randall doing, Kemba. RJ has to give me 20 points per game next season. I will not accept less. Word. He got to become real good, real soon, and real fast, or the Knicks is going to be left behind because these teams improved greatly. And we got Evan Fournier and Kemba Walker. And I like the pickups that Leon Rose got us. But, it really comes down to RJ, Mitch, quickly Obi. Are they really good? That's it.
Yeah, if those guys improve, like we got a bench mob coming off the bench, change of pace. We like the way that looked because we doubled down on and brought everybody back. So if those guys can come in and give us that second look, whatever, we can confuse teams. I think that's going to be the key with all of this. We're going to be able to confuse teams. We're going to start the game off a certain way, and then we're going to have the bench guys come in play a certain way, and then by the time the fourth quarter comes, whoever got it going is the ones that's going to finish the game out. So. I really like how that looks. I really like how it looks, and I like that's our identity. That's so important. The word identity. I think the identity of the Knicks is really going to be what we put our hat. We're going to rest our hat on that, man. So Miami Heat too. Their identity, they looking to fuck people up. They looking to hurt people. This thing, I'm with it, man. I'm with the smoke. I'm not afraid. Like I said, I'm not afraid of none of these guys. Competition, give it to me. You know what I'm saying? If you beat us, you beat us. You know what I'm saying? But as time goes on, everybody's gonna get better. You got to lace them up. Get in the trainer's room. Make sure your legs are nice and healthy so you can make it through the season. Because all these teams are gonna be ready to play. Miami Heat is definitely one of them, man.
Yo, wow. Naming off all those moves that the Miami Heat made, man, it just made me think about RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett is going to have to become really good, really fast, and really soon in a quick hurry.
Like he just got to be consistent, bro.
That's not enough, bro. That's too low of a bar for me. I need all-star caliber, all defensive caliber from him, type of player from him. That's what I need, man. I can't accept nothing less, because if we accept anything less, then we're going to be accepting just being a fifth seed for the next 2-3 years. I can't accept that. Obi got to be better next season. Tibbs got to be better next season. Quickly got to be better next season. Quickly was god awful on defense. His defense was so bad. I think the Hawks targeted him on every single play in the playoffs on defense. So them young boys gonna have to grow up real fast, man. Real fast. Who we got next?
But, with Archie, he did average 17 and 7, right? So
yeah. 17 and 6.
Yeah, 17 and 6. So if he was like more consistent scoring that basketball the way because even though he was scoring 17 a game, there was a lot of games where he showed up with 9 points. or like 12 points, didn't score the whole damn game, and then finally in the third quarter he erupts, that type of thing. He can't do that no more. He definitely can't do that. That is the next step in his development. And if he does that, I think he can easily squeeze out 20 points every night. We won't probably remember any of the points that he scored. Just like in Canada, when he was playing in Canada, I don't remember any of the points that RJ scored. But he still was finishing games with like 22 and stuff like that. I feel like RJ Barrett could be that guy for us. Because like I said, Kemba Walker's going to take a lot of attention. Fournier is going to take a lot of attention. You gotta keep a man on him. So the guys are going to be going to have their moment, and I think RJ throughout the course of every game, RJ is going to be the guy where that shot is going to be his. Is going to be his to take. Julius Randle's going to take a lot of responsibility, but now it's time to give it up to somebody else. And I think RJ Barrett with Kemba and Fournier here, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for these guys to not have so much pressure on them and just really like shine, man. So I'm hoping that that's the case. That's exactly what we're here for,
Yep. I'm not interested in no Julius Randle usage rate led team anymore. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah. I don't want him as the one option no more. They got to figure it out.
Well, here goes the great Boston Celtics that we were arguing about how the Boston Celtics are so good and this, that, and the other. Look who they picked up. Here's another thing too. This is Enes Kanter. Who's their starting power forward?
Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum, right? Is he power forward or what?
He's a wing.
Yo, we just read off that Miami Heat roster. Miami Heat is gonna mess the Boston Celtics up. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, it depends. It depends. You got Miami gonna have to catch the Celtics on a sleepy night. Tatum ain't no scrub. Tatum ain't scared of that smoke.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to drop 50. He's gonna have to drop 50 against Miami in order for them to win. And he ain't dropping 50 with PJ Tucker spitting in his mouth every 5 seconds.
That's going to be nice to see. No, but the Boston Celtics did get Al Horford back. They do have Moses Brown. Wait, I think they traded Moses Brown.
That's what I'm trying to say. Who the Celtics got over there? Who was their starting center before Enes Kanter got there? They trade guys. I don't know. Well, they traded the Mr. Kardashian, the last Kardashian dude. They traded him. He's not on their roster no more.
I think it's Daniel Tice, whatever his name is.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, you have to like really think about who was that guy. Oh yeah, it's Bobby Brown, or I don't know, whatever. You have to really figure out what the hell the guy's name is. He's imaginary. Outside of that, they have what's that defender that everybody likes that's over there?
Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Marcus Smart is there. They got the other kid, Brown is his name. The other scorer, Jaylen Brown. So, outside of that, you can't just win just having a small forward playing power forward, and then a small forward playing shooting guard, and then a guy that's not even supposed to be scoring, and Marcus Smart as your two guard or point guard, whatever you want to say, and don't have a center, and then you went and go and signed Enes Kanter. What are you doing?
I don't know, man. The great Brad Stevens.
That's another thing too. Yeah, I'm gonna throw this at you too. Kemba Walker. They were saying that Kemba Walker didn't really play well with the Celtics, and I was seeing that people talking about that, yeah, too. But Kyrie Irving was there for season 2, and Kyrie Irving wanted to get the hell out of there. That's what made him start burning sage and stuff like that. Him being in Boston. You know what I'm saying? So something's going on in Boston that we don't know what's going on, because Brad Stevens was the coach. Danny Ainge stepped down, and then Brad Stevens, the guy that he should have fired from coaching, and just let him go. They let him be the general manager, and they supposedly already got beat with him on the court by strategy and stuff like that, and they're gonna put him in the front office. That's a lot of drama there, man.
That's on them, bro. That thing is going to implode soon. I don't know when. Probably 2024 is going to implode.
because the one underrated thing about what the Knicks did is they signed these contracts to 3-year deals. So I looked at the length of these contracts, and I looked at free agency during the length of these contracts, and free agency sucks. So the year that Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Giannis, and a couple other guys is free agents is the same year that some of these contracts that we have are up. So we'll see. We'll wait and see. I can see why Leon Rose got extra assets for the future. He probably already had when this is the underrated thing about Leon Rose too. He probably already knew Curry was going to resign. Levine was going to resign. Bill wasn't going to go nowhere, and said, "You know what? I'm going to sign these guys to these 3-year contracts, so we won't, so we can stay, so we can have stability, and we can still have flexibility because you can still trade those contracts." And he didn't do a crazy trade yet, so he still got all his first round picks.
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Your audio's getting a little crazy again, but I hear you, man. Like we have the inside info with World Wide West and all this other stuff, man. So the anxiety where we had Steve Mills, where we was waiting for Kyrie Irving and these guys to sign and stuff, it's not that anymore. So we already had the inside track on what other teams might be doing as far as agents and stuff like that. So we don't have to be on the outside looking in, like, I don't know what to do. We had to wait for this guy to figure out what he's gonna do. So it's not that anymore. So that's very important for us going forward, man. We just have the inside track with the Leon Rose and stuff. It was the right hindsight now, leaning forward, for all this stuff, the CAA connections and all this other stuff. It seems like that it's helping us, going forward. So I got the Washington Wizards on the screen here, right? So I see they didn't put the Westbrook trade there. So in the Westbrook trade, they got Kuzma. I think some of the other shooting guards, I forgot the 3-syllable name, K whatever his name is, Pope, whatever, Quadro Pope, KCP. So Kuz, KCP. I forgot who else they picked up. But let me get stay back in here. So I'm just talking about the Wizards. I'm looking at the screen. They didn't put the Westbrook trade there, but they picked up Kuzma and they got KCP. I forgot who else they got in that trade, but not for nothing. They kind of got a decent roster setting up. Kuzma, people don't like Kuzma, but put him in a spot where he's gonna be taking shots. It's kind of cool. You got Rui Hachimura over there. You got Thomas Bryant over there. Spencer Dinwiddie just signed with them. You still got Bradley Beal. You know what I'm saying? What else they got? They got that Bertans they got over there. They got NATO over there, and like I said, KCP and stuff. So they actually have a decent starting 5 in rotation over there. What do you think about the Wizards?
I like their team. I like the way they got their team built around Bradley Beal. I like Rui a lot. Roy's an underrated, great mid-range jump shooter. Very underrated about his game. I like the young prospects that they got. I like Denny. I like the Spencer Dinwiddie pickup for them. I like Kuzma on their roster. So you got Roy Hachimura, and you have Kuzma as your wings. And then you got Thomas Bryant. Thomas Bryant is a guy. He was hurt mostly last year, but he could shoot threes. He could put the ball on the floor a little bit. He could score inside, outside. He don't rim protect though. That's the problem with him. But he's a good player. I like the Wizards. I like the Wizards. Their team just they got a championship number 2 option by himself. And that's the ceiling of their team. So
yeah. Bradley Beal, he likes to post subliminal messages on Twitter. I don't like that, man. He posts little emojis and stuff, and then everybody's going in on the stuff. I don't like that, man. That's your leader. You're a superstar player. You want to make the money, but then you want to be a dick also too, man. At the same time, look at your roster. Look who's there. Understand that the sport. Like if you're gonna take up like the majority of the salary on the roster, then how do you expect to get better? And then you play for the Washington Wizards. You gotta think, who the hell wants to play in the DMV? Who wants to play over there? I know it's fun over there for colleges, that type of thing. But if you want to live over there, I don't think the DMV is like an attractive spot to be in for like an NBA player. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore is dope. I think Baltimore is dope. There's a lot of beautiful spots over there, but historically, it just is like it's just kind of grimy over there. You know what I'm saying? And just like nobody really wants to go to to play for the Wizards like that. Excuse me. So, but they do have a roster. If Bradley Beal stops complaining and whatever and just plays, he actually might be able to lead a team like that. But I don't think he could. So that's gonna be their issue. I think the Washington Wizards.
Man, the Wizards is gonna be a funny. That's gonna be a funny team to watch. It's gonna be a very funny team to watch. Entertaining though, because I want to see what happens with Bradley Beal when
Yeah,
when it happens.
yeah, there'll be a team that's gonna be squeezing wins out of people too. That's gonna be annoying. We want to step into a team like Washington and kind of clean them up, but they got enough talent there where we can't take a night off when we play them.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, you got Indiana right here. What do you think about them?
Love. I like Indiana. I like what they doing. I don't love their roster. They got a lot of pieces where it's like, okay, he's good, but who's the superstar amongst the group? So they're just a middle of the road team. They got TJ McConnell, Torrey Craig. They got shout outs to Nothing But Nick. Shout outs to the OG Sim. You got Sabonis. You got your Miles Turner. You got Karis LeVert. They got the draft pick, the Chris Doherty kid, whatever his name is. Sorry if I butchered his name. They still got Malcolm Brogdon. They got a new coach as well, a veteran coach. It's a wait and see for me. I just don't see a superstar on the roster. That's my only problem. And I don't see a future superstar on the roster either. So that's my only problem with the Indiana Pacers. But it's a good team, though. The Eastern Conference came a long way. A lot of these rosters is looking, they finally look all right. And they still got TJ Warren, too. So
Yeah, they got some talent over there, but the one that what was the kid that they got from the Brooklyn?
Karis LeVert.
Yeah, Karis LeVert. I like him. I like him a lot. So a couple guys on there. I mean Sabonis, but I think Sabonis is in Randall's back pocket. Randall circles Sabonis and say, "Yo, that's the dude that every time I see him, I'm gonna try to destroy, make an example out of him." So with that said, looking at Brogdon, they don't even like their own players, man. So if you're a team and organization that is trying to trade half the roster, then there's something going on there over there. And who did they pick up? I think they picked up Atlanta's old coach, right? That dude that they fired for Nate McMillan.
Yep. They fired Nate McMillan, and then they hired some other guy. I forgot his name, and they fired him because almost every player on the roster hated that coach. Literally, hated the coach. So
Yeah, I think they actually signed the guy that Atlanta fired too, if I'm not mistaken. If that's correct. Oh no, Rick Carlisle. Okay, I'm sorry, Rick Carlisle.
They hired Rick Carlisle. They hired
Okay.
Veteran coach, championship established. So yeah, that's an okay hire. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it's somebody that's going to organize. Rick Carlisle like to call plays too. So that's going to be they're going to be. I don't know. We'll see. Rick Carlisle is not going to go to a team that's looking to trade everybody. So we'll see what happens with that. They were talking about Miles Turner. We already talked about him though. So that's something to look forward to. In the future, I guess. Did you see the video with Randall and Miles Turner training together?
Yep, I definitely seen it. I think I brought it to your attention. I think we had a podcast. I think it was 2 weeks ago, something like that. And it was a video that had Julius Randle working out with Miles Turner. And
yeah,
I like the fit. I like the front court fit. They fit together like a goddamn hand and glove. But the problem is, we ain't got no damn cat face.
Yeah, like you said, he already makes 20 million, so we got to trade 20 million to get him. It's possible. Like we said it before, it's possible to finagle things, but it's a lot of stuff. You want to keep putting everything on Brock Arler like he's like the last Jedi or whatever. He's the only one. He's like, oh, let Brock Arler think for a second and get the like come on, man, like you're making him into a superhero, like he's like Professor Xavier or something. You still got to match money, so it is what it is. It's a luxury to get somebody like him, but it's not necessarily that we have to get him. It's a luxury. It will make us look crazy, man, because for the things that Mitchell Robinson could do, this guy Miles Turner can do some of the things that we want Mitchell Robinson to do. Putting the ball on the floor, finishing with either hand, that type of thing, without having to dunk it, being able to shoot a jump shot, shoot a 3-pointer. Those are sexy things, man. But it's actually a luxury. If we just keep it simple and just don't do nothing like that, then we should be all right. Because I'm not really into trading Obi. And Knox is one thing, but Mitchell Robinson, Knox, maybe a couple second rounders that could do it for you. For a team that's trying to save money and stuff like that. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I want to get into a super chat. I sound like important now. Like Mr. Nothing but Knicks. he threw $5 at Abby, man. So I feel like I got to get up and do a booty clap one time for Nothing but Knicks. Anybody want to see that? I don't think so, right? You interested? You want to answer me?
He said, tell Mark stop hating on Evan Fournier. Yo, OG, listen, yo. I hated Fournier too. I hated the pickup because it's like you got Leon Rose, World Wide West. Y'all bring me Evan Fournier, really? That's who's supposed to supplant Julius Randle from being the one option. Now you bring me Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier. Okay, now we cooking with some grease. Now I can see, I can see what y'all trying to do, but not just the Evan Fournier by himself. Mark, man, you got to chill out, bro. Yeah, I understand we could have got a bigger name. I understand it, bro. But Evan Fournier, international player, he's a great shooter. You could go check the stats yourself. I don't feel like going off the stats about it. Could play either position, shooting guard or small forward. Gonna be tough. He's not gonna get punked, and we're gonna compete, man. And he played with Kemba Walker already, so they got a nice rapport. So I'm good on Evan Fournier, man. Even though it don't sound crazy like Kawhi or somebody like that, I'm good on it. I understand why the Knicks got him, when they got him, and how much they got him.
Yeah, that's important to talk about too. Just like the names, we didn't go get names, so people automatically name recognition. People get all uptight without actually sitting back and actually talking it out. If you sit and talk it out without letting the emotions get to you, then you can really see what's going on with certain teams and what we actually have. You want to talk about Alec Burke, some of these different guys out there, on people's benches. Alec Burke is comparable to these guys. You add Derrick Rose. People were mad that we didn't get Kendrick Dunn. Now you're happy we got Kemba Walker. But how much better is Dunn to quickly? If it comes down to that, I'd rather save the money and let's see what quickly could do. Because whatever. But I mean, things played out the way they did, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. What do you think about Charlotte?
So Charlotte for me, just one line, man. LaMelo Ball, generational talent, bro. Their moves this offseason was cool. I know they traded Devontae Graham, but they had no choice. I mean, you got Terry Rozier, you got LaMelo Ball. Like you don't need a Devontae Graham. You just drafted James Bouknight as well, so you got a lot of guards already. You could chill on the guards, but for me, I love the Hornets. They're definitely a League Pass team. They're a must-watch team on League Pass. LaMelo is fun to watch. Miles Bridges fun to watch. Young up and coming team, yo.
I like what they're doing over there. PJ Washington, God bless you, brother. Find you an NBA vet. Get your situation situated. Thank God that the Knicks got quality vets like Derrick Rose and Randall, who's family men, who side pieces will not say anything. Thank God that we have quality vets. And what happened to PJ Washington, I know will never happen to RJ Barrett. So thank God. Thank God. Salute to Leon Rose, brother. Yeah, man, I like their team though. They got a lot of good players, man. I got them as a top 7 seed right now. So I got the Knicks, top 5 seed. I got the Bulls, top 5 seed, and I got the Hornets as a top 7 seed right now, just on paper.
I'm with you, man. However it goes, I think it's definitely going to be, it's going to be a tough mix. Guys are really going to have to play, man. Speaking of which, we talked about Chicago Bulls in the beginning of this podcast, but this is what they did. They went and got they was the first one to sign somebody. They signed Alonzo Ball, so that killed all the rumors right away that the Knicks were trying to get in the mix. Alonzo Ball wanted Chicago. That's it. Because he signed. All right, as soon as the time clicked. We already got notification that Alonzo Ball was signing with Chicago, so that was already a done deal from the beginning. Eventually, they went and got DeMar DeRozan, which kind of changes things a little bit. But I mean, this is what they did. So, what do you think about Chicago? And just your general stuff about that.
Chicago is their top 5 seed to me, yo. It's just something about when. Okay, so let's connect the dots. DeMar DeRozan and Vujacic played together at USC, so they already have rapport. If you didn't know that, you know that now. People who didn't know that in the chat, you know that now. They played together in college, so you got that right. Now you got Zach LaVine. You got your young all-star already. Now you got Kobe White. Now Kobe White gonna come off the bench. Kobe White is back in the position where he was thriving at, actually, which was the 6th man. Jim Boylan put him at that position, and I thought he was great at that position. He run off like 8 games straight with like 20-plus points or more off the bench. He was going crazy. So now Kobe White comes off the bench for Lonzo Ball. Now Lonzo Ball makes everything work because Lonzo Ball can play on the ball. He can play off the ball. And he's a hell of a defender, by the way. And he's 6'6". So LaVine, he's about 6'6". DeMar DeRozan, he's about 6'7". DeMar DeRozan, he averaged about 7 assists last year. So he could be the primary ball handler. It's going to be an adjustment period because LaVine is used to playing on the ball. He's going to have to learn how to play off the ball some. And DeMar DeRozan is going to have to learn how to not be trigger shy from 3-point range. But I like the team, though, and I like what they did. Alex Caruso, that's another good pickup. So now you got Kobe White, Alex Caruso coming off the bench. That's something to play with. I like what they did. Daniel Theis, good veteran center. Tony Bradley, like to pick up for 2 years. It's cool. I like what the Bulls did. I got them as a top 5 seed.
Yeah, I'm with you. Nice little setup there. One thing you did point out is on the ball. They got 3 guys that want to be on the ball. Lonzo Ball left the Pelicans. He already had 2 guys. He had Zion and he had Brandon Ingram. You know what I'm saying? And he has Stan Van Gundy, which that should have worked because Stan Van Gundy has reputation around the league, working hard and that type of thing. They didn't want to play for him. So playing in New Orleans and all that. Now you basically in Chicago in the same exact setup. You're playing with 2 guys that are gonna need the ball in their hand to be successful. And now you're sitting back waiting for the 3-point shot to come back to you. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they build that because I mean like. Why would Alonzo go to Chicago if he's not going to be the point guard he wants to be? Because initially when they first made the trade, Lonzo and LaVine, I see them just taking off, flying up the court. But now you add DeRozan, now you kind of change that a little bit. They're still going to run, but I mean like DeRozan needs the ball in his hand. That 7 assists game stuff, that half court shot stuff. they're going to need to, I guess it could work, but it's going to take a gel. It's going to take a long time for them guys to gel. I don't think they're going to gel as quick as we are coming out the gate. I think that's going to be key for us this season. I think we're going to gel out the gate because we bring everybody back, and then we bring in two guys that are familiar with each other and they want to be here. Fournier, he said it in French on an Instagram post that I saw. He was talking in French, basically saying that he always wanted to play for the Knicks. It's just not the right time. Now it's the right time. The Knicks are winning now. Kemba Walker, he had a chance to sign with the Knicks a couple years ago, but decided to go to Boston. I was kind of hating him on for that. But if he came to the Knicks back then, it would have been a catastrophe. But now everything is swarming together in a beautiful swirl. So I mean, I think we're gonna come out the gate playing, almost mid-season basketball. I think we're gonna come to a point where it's gonna dry up. I said all this earlier on the podcast. But I think Chicago, they're definitely going to have their bumps and bruises in the beginning of the year. But I agree with you. They're definitely going to be right there in the mix,
Yeah, man. I like Chicago. I can't wait to play Chicago. That's going to be funny. The narratives that's going to come out of that game. That's going to be a fun game.
That's the thing, man. I want to talk shit to these fanboys. Saying everybody that's a fan of Lonzo Ball, they're gonna be, oh, I'm a Bulls fan, and okay, cool. So let's get into it. Let's if you're at the bar and stuff like that, like let's not fight about stuff, whatever. Like you got your team, I got my team. Let's talk junk, high five, split a beer and whatever, and just like make it fun like how we used to be, because that's how we used to be. I'm glad I am the age that I am now, because I do remember. Well, I was a kid when during the 90s, but as it started getting higher, the Knicks was terrible throughout my freaking 20s, But I mean, I just remember being in bars and stuff, and just like really just like guys ranking on the Knicks, and we just sitting there taking it, and it's just fun. And then you meet friends and you just have a good time. I just want it to be like that again, So I'm hoping that that this all is a sign for things to come, man. Just great stuff with fandom. Fandom is the best thing. That's the only thing that we have going for us that's consistent. Outside of the pandemic and all this other bullshit, man. So this is all great stuff, bro.
Yes, sir. The Knicks really got Kemba Walker. I still can't believe that, man.
Yeah, man. That's amazing. He's a son. He's one of our sons. He's like we said before, he's your peer. You guys are basically the same age.
Yeah. And what's crazy, he got Kemba for $8 million.
God, the mighty Lord.
Yo,
how did we do that?
I don't know, man. Give Leon Rose his goddamn flowers, man. Give him his flowers.
Yo, Mark said, we got lucky. We got lucky as fuck. The other teams that are left, the Raptors, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Magic, and Pistons, fuck those teams. You know what I'm saying? So, we can talk about them if we want to, but I'm not even going to put up any moves that they put, man. But, definitely we got lucky as fuck. But the thing about it, I mentioned it before with the Bucks, if Durant had his foot back on a few inches, the Bucks are not in the finals. Another team wins. I don't know if it's Brooklyn, it could have been Atlanta. That would have changed the course of everything. So everybody going to be lucky. The Brooklyn Nets weren't lucky. They were hurt. If they weren't hurt, then they win the championship outright. Nobody stops them. If they all are healthy, those three players are healthy, and they can play with me and you and those three, and we're gonna win the championship. Just for the simple fact that nobody can stop them from scoring. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of luck involved in this thing, man. It's not necessarily like all this technical stuff and blah 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 blah. A lot of it is luck. And then us getting Kemba Walker is a gift from the basketball gods, man. Because he was sitting in OKC and nobody was talking about it. That's how bad that was. SGA signed for like the super max over there, and then Kemba Walker sitting there like, get me out of here,
You know why though? So this is why Leon Rose is so smooth, man. The guy didn't leak nothing. And I said this to you last week before free agency. I say, yo, Diehard, watch me sign somebody we ain't even talk about yet.
You said that. I admire. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I admire the fact that you took yourself away, because you don't want to come out there and then people always keep receipts, and you're gonna say something wrong. that's gonna mess up the whole conversation, and you're gonna have to like talk back about it. You
Mhm.
waited a while, and then when you finally came out of your the hole, whatever, it was Kemba Walker sitting there like Groundhog Day and shit, man. So yeah, man.
Oh man, yeah, he had to save the off season because ooh boy, if we would have recorded yesterday, man, I'd have a different tune because before the Kemba Walker pickup, when you looked at the roster, it still didn't make sense. Like it still didn't make sense because I don't care what nobody say. Derrick Rose cannot be a starting point guard anymore. Like it's just not him. So I was still looking at the roster in disgust. And then the man gets Kemba Walker for $8 million. And and we was talking about this too, like a couple months ago. We was talking about the future of the Knicks and if we keep winning, how guys are going to start coming in New York. I told you before, the Knicks is going to be a hotbed for vets, for over the hill, past their prime all-star vets. We're going to be a hotbed for them. So guys like Jimmy Butler, when he's done with his contract, all those type of guys, the Knicks is going to get them like this. So you just got to be patient. You see how the Lakers get Kendrick Nunn and Malik Monk for nothing. For nothing. So we got to just build this thing up from the ground up, and we just got to pray to God that RJ Barrett becomes a superstar. He has to become a superstar. It's like we cannot accept less from that man no more, bro. If that man comes out and they game next season and he wets the bag, bro, you gotta destroy that man. Because we gotta hold him to a new standard now. The standard before the Frank Ntilikina, the Kevin Knox. Oh, he scored 7 points. Oh, he's developing. No, man. I don't want to hear that no more. If OD come out next season, bro, and he 6 points, I'm gonna be mad. We need to see these guys grow accordingly. RJ needs to grow into a guy. I think we'll start ASAP if we want to really talk about competing.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I can hear everything you're saying. Same, but same thing. The audio is a little choppy again. So I'm gonna do a segue real quick. I got to shout out to Guard Up Knicks. Guard Up Knicks is another one of the guys is always with us, man. Thank you for the $4.99. What happened to the other penny, man? But that's cool, man. I appreciate all the super chats. It's kind of humbling, man, to see that on the screen, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. With me and State, when you guys catch it, sometimes you guys fill up this room, and I really appreciate you guys. I see everybody coming in here. I see Mark going crazy in the chat. Thank you guys for coming and listening to what we got to say, man. It's an amazing thing here that we're doing here. But I'm with State about guys stepping up and things of that nature. But we have to the thing with this thing we have to go through this right now in order to get there. So like when you talk about why are we winning now? Why are we winning this? We should have did that. We should have lost. We should be playing the youth. We should be we should have traded Julius Randle for draft picks and all this other stuff. That's all fine and dandy, but that's not the blueprint to win. That's not the only way to go about it. Sometimes you gotta just strap up and put some guys out there and let's go. And that's exactly what the Knicks are doing now. Look at all of our roster spots that we have, all movable contracts. All these contracts are movable. We could trade everybody. So it keeps that thing going. Right now, most of the guys are on 2-year plus 1 contracts. So now we're looking at basically a 3-year window now where we're more than likely going to be working with this group for the most part. Maybe Miles, what's his name, Juice McBride, maybe he comes up the ranks. Maybe we trade Burks for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Grimes comes up and maybe we trade somebody else for somebody. It will keep this thing moving. Fiscal responsibility, that type of thing. And then when it comes down to it, like State was saying, he will stay here. Like State was saying before, the Lakers, they got like 5 guys that are over like 35, 36 years old or whatever. They got a bunch of 1 year veteran minimum contracts on that team. So you can't get there until you get where we are now. You know what I'm saying? That's the picture I'm trying to paint there. So we got to make our stand now. Let everything happen the way it happens. Keep everything flexible and get ready, because what you want to happen is going to come there, but you have to see it, and you got to speak that shit into existence. See it. You know what I'm saying? Not just constantly complain and be a freaking, I'm trying not to curse so much because YouTube already sent me an email about that. Shout out to YouTube, man. Like, it's cool to have 1,000 subscribers now, but now YouTube is bothering me and sending me emails and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it's dope, man. We almost there, fellas. That's all. That's really what I gotta say about that. How's it going, State?
Man, I'm ready. I'm ready for the season, honestly. I'm ready for the season, man. I know Summer League, we start next week, so I'm excited for that, because that's probably the only time I'm going to see Quentin Grimes and McBride play all year. So I might as well, get excited to see that and hold that very close to my heart, man.
Yo, man, I had a family reunion last week, so it kind of messed up everything. We went to Florida. I actually had a good time. I would take off my hat, but I absolutely can't do it now because I'm like peeling all over the place. I look crazy. But anyway, I had a good time for my vacation, but I didn't really plan it right because Sim had that show in Atlantic City. I wish I could have been there. Like if I would have planned it a little bit different, I would have been home in time for that. And another thing too, what I'm trying to say is it's a summer league. Summer league is right here, and I'm off for like two more weeks. Mm-hmm. 2.5 weeks I still got left, and you mean to tell me that I didn't plan for the summer league? So I mean, I totally screwed that up, man. So hopefully I can start to plan things a little bit more better and be more prepared for that stuff. Because that would have been dope, right, to go to Vegas. Yeah. Do you think you would have been able to go to Vegas at least for like a couple days?
I would have to plan that like months prior, because all the old heads at my job, they'll take up all of the vacation days. Literally right now, the whole board of August is filled.
Like, you got sick days though, right?
Huh?
You got sick days, right?
I got sick days.
Yeah, you're looking a little sick too, man. You might need to go to Vegas to watch some basketball.
I got sick days, but I ain't got enough. I probably only got 2 more sick days for the next like 2 months.
Oh my god, that's a beautiful thing. They say like age, youth is wasted on the young. That's a beautiful thing there, because young people always complaining about shit, but when you're older, say like my age, whatever, like guys in their 20s, they complaining about stuff. I'm looking at them like, bro, you're like 23 years old. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
So you got a whole lifetime of things to go on, but at the same time, when you're older, now you got all this time to do stuff that you wish you could have did when you was 20. So now, like you're 40, it's oh man, I'm all for all this time. I'm about to my back is killing me. So I'm joking around about booty clapping, man. If I tried to booty clap, man, I'll be sleeping for like the whole rest of the day tomorrow. I wouldn't be able to leave the house if I tried to do that right now. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a funny dynamic, man. But we all gotta have these conversations, man. Like, shout out to the chat. Thank you guys for coming through. The young people. So shout out to Aiden. Aiden was involved a little bit early in the podcast. But shout out to this conversation. We need to have conversations. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be like fighting all the time. Sometimes like a lot of us got problems. I know Mark got his thing. Shout out to Mark. Marcus watching. I know Grad Up Knicks got their thing going on. I know you got your shit going on. I one day you might see me on the news. My whole family might be tied up in the basement somewhere. I'm gonna be you're gonna see me with a white Bronco going down the highway and shit. Everybody got their problems, man. But this is not a problem. Talking about basketball and the Knicks and stuff. This is not a problem. This should be the fun stuff. Shout out to this dumb shit I got behind me and like a t-shirt that I've been wearing for like the last 2-3 days. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all that stuff. This is all fun stuff, man. This is what it's all about.
Like for me, like last thing, I guess we spoke about everything, so I guess we get out of it. But for me, like I love what you just said, because just for me, like when I give a basketball take, I try not to give the numbers all the time, because I'm a guy who, like, a lot of us is from the street. If you can understand what I'm saying, like a lot of us is from the street, right? So when you're talking basketball, I try to keep it barbershop vibes. You don't go in a barbershop and you don't say, "Yo, OG, yo, Julius Randle true shooting percentage is 63." He gonna look at you like you fucking crazy.
Yeah, like, yo, man, get the fuck up out of here with that dumb shit.
Yo,
You know?
little man, if you don't get out of here, man. So, like, I try to like stay away from that stuff, man. So when dudes, he doesn't play defense and he doesn't do like sometimes I try to stay away from that, bro. Like the Knicks is a fun team to talk about. It's fun to watch. Last year was a good season to watch, even though I hated the offense. The offense was stupid, but last year was so fun, man. And that was the first winning season we had in about 7-8 years. So hopefully it's the start of a new, and the 90s Knicks started, I think, in '88 with Rick Pitino when he had the Bomb Squad or whatever it's called. I know a lot of OG Knicks fans know what I'm talking about, but the Knicks started winning. They drafted Patrick Ewing, and a lot of people don't know. I'm not gonna say here cap, but in Patrick Ewing early years, the Knicks I don't believe was winning that much. If we want to pull out the history books, the Knicks wasn't winning that much. So it started when they got with Rick Pitino, and they drafted Mark Jackson, and Mark Jackson won Rookie of the Year. So it's 1990 to 2000, whole decade worth of winning. A lot of OGs love that decade. They always talk about that decade. Damn near, I hear about that decade once a day on Twitter. I hear about it once a day. So this is 2020, 2021. Let's see how this decade go. Let's see what's in store for us, man.
Yeah, we setting the table. The Knicks didn't really start winning, until like the 90s came around. So we're talking about 2021 right now. We're talking about 1990, 1991. That's when Pat Riley and those guys came over, and then we really started making that ascension into like contendership. So we there now. We basically there. So we at the cusp now where we're building up a team, and this team is not going to be the one that we're going to have for like the next 10 years. Something's going to happen between next year, 2 years from now, where we flip the script, and all of a sudden, like I said, we're going to have a big contender. But I'm looking at the guys talking. So shout out to Julian Tran. Of course, who's marked there? I got this comment up here. If I agree with everybody, then what the hell is there is a reason why people say that Who's Mark is a freaking legend in this streaming shit, man. You know what I'm saying? People love Who's Mark. Because Who's Mark, you freaking crazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And when you bring up a point and we're talking about stuff, it's not an argument. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, we just shooting the shit. That's the barbershop shit that the state's talking about. The stuff that Marcus saying, the vibe, that's barbershop shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you start throwing the other stuff and start throwing name drops and stuff like that, now people is throwing throwing stuff across the barbershop. Now we outside. You know what I'm saying? The cops don't pull up. You know what I'm saying? You don't turn it into something else. Because we can go crazy. I can call you, okay, yo, fuck you, whatever, and then say, then when you come through again, yo, what's good, Mark, blah blah, yo, man, what you think about? See, that's the barbershop vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's the extra shit that causes the negativity. You know what I'm saying? Debating stuff is not negative. That's just what we do. That's what we do in sports. But it's just the other stuff. Don't make it a drag, man. Let's have some fun. I don't want to have to go out, go outside. I'm too old to begin arrested. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Listen, man, and Mark, salute to you, brother, because I'm one of those guys who I also speak my mind. Like I don't care if the takes sound bad. I don't care if it's not the popular take. I'm gonna say it. For example, I'm gonna die on this hill. Julius Randle is a championship third option. If you think he's a first or second option, then you do stepped on. That's you. That's not me. Me, I think logical.
And I think I see basketball in a logical sense. And, and to be logical, to me, is Julius Randle being the third option on the championship team. Now, Diehard, if you disagree, we can go the past decade, right? Since 2010, we could go to 2010 to 2020, and we can name every first and second option on those championship teams. And you can tell me who Julius Randle is better than, and would you have the ball in Randle's hands than that guy?
Nah, I don't want that smoke, man. I'm gonna just agree with you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want that smoke. But not for nothing. Look at the roster. Even though Julius Randle might be like he might be up there in scoring this year, he's not like when it comes down to it, he won't be the number one option. If you got Kemba Walker out there and Evan Fournier, and hopefully RJ is making an ascension, then Julius Randle doesn't have that pressure to be that guy. We're going to be looking at like a what do you call it, Detroit Pistons kind of thing, where you got like four guys that could possibly go off at any night. It's not always going to be the same guy all the time. But when it comes down to Mr. Big Shot, Chauncey Billups, maybe Kemba Walker's that guy for us. We're going to talk about Rip Hamilton. Maybe Fournier could be like that for us. It's going to definitely be that mix, man. But shout out to Brooklyn. I got this comment up here, man. So I'm from Brooklyn. Everybody knows if you follow the podcast. Evru, I always say the Any Star. Everybody's like, yo, what the fuck is the Any Star, man? Like that shit. What the fuck is that? But it's East New York. I love where I'm from. I'm older. I got my little boys and stuff. So I can't be hanging on the block like how I used to, man. Things are different now. But I love where I'm from, East New York, Brooklyn. Now this statement here, everybody understand Brooklyn dudes. We loud and outspoken. Like I don't like from I'm talking about Brownsville, East New York. Brownsville, East New York, that's not the vibe for our area. You know what I'm saying? If you're talking too much, you might get knocked out. That's where I'm coming from. Maybe East Flatbush. The guys like to talk a lot. Maybe you want to talk about what do you, like areas closer to the water over there. I can't get my head together. Bed-Stuy is another area. The guys talk too much over there. You know what I'm saying? But that's not how we do it on East New York. East New York and Brownsville is totally different. You're not going to see Brownsville dudes doing this. You're not going to see East New York cats doing that. Even the older cats, around my era, we all got the same vibe. You're not going to see us doing this because growing up, it wasn't none of that. If anybody's talking like that, they were going to get laid out, or there was going to be something happening. So that's just the vibe that I grew up, man. So. I just had to do that. I just had to do that, man. Not everybody from Brooklyn is the same. Brooklyn is really big, man. Different parts of Brooklyn, even Canarsie, and Coney Island and all that. They all got their own little things too, man. But I only can speak for Brownsville, East New York. Brownsville, East New York. We ain't loud and outspoken, man. If you keep talking, you might get laid out. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're making us nervous, you're talking too loud. That's where we come from,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind that, man. I don't mind what Mark does, bro. Cause I speak my mind too, and a lot of people hate a lot of my takes sometimes. So I don't blame them. Keep doing what you do, man. Cause people, the one thing I hate is when somebody says something like it's the popular take, and then they run with it like there's some, like they Professor X. Like, my God, like I understand that, the take sounds cool, but maybe somebody else thinks differently from you, brother. Like, maybe they could teach you something that you didn't already know. So that's where I come with it, man. So that's why the Julius Randle stuff is just so it's a rough conversation with somebody who's not a homer. If you're not a homer for the Knicks, then we can have a conversation about Julius Randle and certain things.
Yeah.
But other than that, nah. I stand with who's Mark.
Yeah, who's Marcus the man? He's a legend. You a legend out here too, man. You're like the Twitter god out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to another guy, Uncle Fulio. Everybody always ranking on Uncle Fulio, but yo, you made him a legend. Uncle Fulio's a fucking legend in this stuff. Shout out to Sim. Shout out to a lot of these guys out here, man. We all doing some pretty cool shit. At this stage in time, man. And just keep up the good work, man. We got to stay together with this shit. This is fun. This is really fun. This is a lot of fun.
Yes, sir.
That the only reason why Twitter just bothers me because there's a lot of Twitter coaches, and I hate when Twitter coaches try to Twitter coach me, and you can't Twitter coach somebody who is like when I say something about a point and I really believe in it, you can't Twitter coach me on it because now I feel like you questioning me, and I don't want to be questioned by you. The only people who could question me is God, my mother, and my girl. so,
And even them too, they can go kiss your ass too sometimes, right?
Yes. So it's like, come on now. That's how I've always been though, man. I've always been a person. When I say something, I just believe in it, man. Even if it sounds crazy, I'm just gonna believe in it because that's what I believe in. So that's just me.
Yeah, and there's been plenty of times too where you make a statement about something and then I hit you with some other shit and you be like, "Yo, Diehard, why you did that to me, man? Yo, I totally changed your thing." Same thing with you. I would say something and then you would hit me with something. I'd be like, "Yo, Steak, why did you do that to me? You ruined my whole month now." You know. So I mean, that's what it's all about, man. Just the conversation. So. Good, man. We had a good conversation today, man. We had some technical issues in the beginning because we kind of just threw it out here. Whatever, a couple of little hiccups in the middle too, man. But for the simple fact that the conversation is still good, man. That's all that really matters,
Yes, sir. Well, this is going to be one of the last episodes I will be doing on my phone because my laptop should be here within the next week or week and a half, so we'll be straight. I got my headphones ready, my noise canceling headphones, so we're gonna be good, man. Couple of noise difficulties, but I try to do my best to keep my phone cold and keep the conversation going. But salute to you, Diehard, man, for having me on this platform. I don't do the YouTube thing. That's not my thing. That's your thing. That's your lane. And I try to stay in my lane, but this is a part of my lane now. You and God Up Knicks, man. I appreciate y'all both, man. Y'all both two of the main guys who got me to where I'm at today. So I appreciate both of y'all, man. Nick Nation, I appreciate y'all. Diehard, I guess we said everything we had to say. We spoke about everything. I have nothing else to say. People know where to find us. They know where to find my podcast. We've done a million of these already. Apple Podcasts, Amazon Alexa, iHeartRadio, Google Play, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. Y'all know where we at, man. Y'all got the links everywhere. Y'all know where we at. But salute, man. I'm out of here, dog.
No doubt, man. I see you in the multiverse. I see you in the multiverse of madness, my brother.
Yo, that is easily one of my most favorite shows of all time, bro. Easily.
Yo, I mean, that's you. The show is based on you, man.
Oh man,
I can't wait to see you in Ant-Man when that comes out.
Man, well, if it was on stage timeline, Julius Randle would have been gone for a top 5 pick.
But let me not be a bad guy right now.
Yeah, man.
But all right, bro. I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all,
man, definitely good talking to you, man. Thank you for everybody for tuning in to our next podcast, Diehard State of Mind. This is what we do here. Shout out to the chat. It got up to 80 something today. Appreciate you guys for the last minute. This is people just catching me on the humble, catching me in state on the humble, without us actually putting it out there. So I appreciate you guys, man. So look out for more podcasts. I got a couple more things that I would like to talk about. So I'll see you throughout the week, guys. Shout out to the chat. Who's smart? God of Knicks. Thank you for the super chats and all this other stuff. God bless, man. Have a good night. Peace.